catching up with our Night 1 winner from the ArenacrossUK here in Belfast. It's the number 268, Paul Atkinson.
Is brought to you by B4MX.com, the classified ads website for everything off-road.
Hello and welcome to round 1 of the UK Arenacross Tour for 2020 from here in the SSE Arena in Belfast. It's a bitterly cold evening this evening, but no doubt the action on track will be super hot all night long. We've had a great morning of our practice and qualifying sessions for all the riders from 65cc up to the Pro 450 class, and we also had our first All-Ireland race this morning as well, and the second one's to follow up this evening. So before we take it any further, let's have a look at how race 1 went for the All-Ireland series earlier today. In the first All-Ireland race of the weekend, it was Jordan Keogh who got out front early with the whole shot, ahead of James Mackrel, Dylan Stynes, Lindsay Newell and Jay McCrum. However, James Mackrel put the press on Keogh before the whoop section and make his way past going through that section. Newell looked determined all weekend, pushing very hard and managed to put this press up the inside of Dylan Stynes to take third position, but would lose it quickly again as Stynes used his momentum to clear the double finish line jump while Newell had to roll the section. Keogh pushed up the inside of James Mackrel to briefly retake the lead. However, Mackrel's superior technique in the whoop section coming to the fore again as he pulled past Keogh and retook that first position. On the final lap, Keogh managed to get right onto the back wheel of James Mackrel with only 2 corners to go. Mackrel chose the inside to defend his position and not leave it open, but Keogh used the momentum around the outside to clear over the finish line double. However, it would be Mackrel showing on the top of the board at the end of the race. Alright, I'm catching up here with this man. We spoke to him last time, I think it was at Desert Mart at the Ulster, it could have been, and that's the number 51 of Jay McCrum. Jay finished up 4th in that first All-Ireland race here today. How are you feeling on the track?
Yeah, feeling okay. Started off the day in the first practice and was a bit hesitant over some of the jumps and stuff. But second practice came and started to get into the swing of things, and then first qualification went alright. Second qualification I actually winning myself a bit, but that race turned out okay. I think I was lying 5th. And then Lindsay came off in front of me, so I slipped up into 4th. But yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far. Yeah, it's been a great day for you. And what did your preparation look like coming into this event now? Did you get any sort of track time similar to this place at all, or what was it like? Unfortunately not. It was a bit of last minute decision for me. We were actually in, it was a Monday or Tuesday, just past there. We were sitting and said to my dad, I wonder if there's any entries for it. But so we rang the AUX and or the AX, whatever, and we got an entry sort of. So happy enough. Brilliant. And what were your expectations for yourself then this weekend, or did you put any pressure on yourself at all and just enjoy it? See, to be honest, at the start I came in and I was like, I have to be doing this, doing that, doing this over the whoops. But I think the main thing is stay on, because the track can catch you out pretty handy. So yeah, just stay on, focus on enjoying myself, try not to put too much pressure there, and I'm sure it'll go decent, you know, if we focus on happy anyway. Yeah, and definitely to your point there, I mean, it happens so quickly on a short circuit like that, where you have to be so good with your timing that one little mistake and then all of a sudden you're on the deck. So well done on your 4th position in the first race of the day. We'll be watching again with eager eyes in the night show again. Thank you. Thanks very much. Alright, we're catching up with our All-Ireland race 1 winner here today. It was the number 65 machine of James Mackrel. James, you rode well in that one, but Jordan Keogh was pushing you all the way to the end.
Yeah, it was a good race between me and Jordan. We enjoyed it, and no, Jordan was coming up the inside a few times and showing the wheel, but it was good. It was good fun. It was a good, enjoyable race. Yeah, and you only decided pretty last minute to come and do this event, so how comfortable are you feeling out there at the track? Yeah, not too bad. I rode it last year, but I haven't rode anything like it since. But yeah, no, it was just a last minute decision. Just thought, well, I'll try to get into the Pro Lights. I wanted to be in the Pro Lights to do the full series, but nobody got back to me, so it was just last minute decision to do that class, and I'm glad I did. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and would you be willing to go over to the other events then if you could get into that Pro Lights class, or what would it look like for you?
Yeah, no, if I got into the Pro Lights, I would have definitely went and done the full series, but that was the plan. But yeah, like I said, I didn't hear back about the Pro Lights, so it didn't. Doesn't happen.
It is what it is for the time being anyway. But what's your off season been looking like then since the last event I saw you at with the Dublin City Supercross? So have you been doing much training or taking it easy until Christmas?
Yeah, no, Dublin City was just kind of still, it was only really a one-off race since I broke my neck and stuff, and I was only back, so no, I've been back to just normal procedure and just training the way I usually do, and eating and sleeping. That's just the way it is. Just go to work in the mornings and train after work, but no, just getting back to normal now and starting to feel like myself again.
Yeah, well, you're looking well out there, and you've switched from the Alpine Stars gear to the trendy, cool Fox Retro gear here as well. Was that your decision, or how did that come about?
Yeah, well, I'm still riding for Adam Lyons, and then Ricky Watt, it's sort of it's Lyons Brothers Peugeot and Watt KTM, so he supplies Fox gear, and that was just kind of part of the deal, like, wear the Fox gear and wear it all.
It looks deadly out there anyway. Well done, James, on your win in the first race today, and best of luck this evening in the night show as well.
Alright, cheers, thank you.
Thanks very much. The night began with the Pro Lights race 1, where we'd have Jordan Keogh and Martin Barr lined up on the gate to try and get their chance into the super final at the end of the evening. The number 81 of Brian Sue would push out early to take the lead just ahead of Cedric Subras. Martin Barr was in a good position, sitting in 6th, however he'd need to get up into 5th position if he wanted to qualify for the super final. The talented Jordan Keogh would have a tougher start, sitting in 8th position. Barr would come under pressure from Clayton and Deschamps, but would manage to pull clear as Clayton and Deschamps caught up with themselves would fall behind. Cedric Subras would take the win ahead of Brian Assu and Julian Lebeau. Barr would push hard all the way to the end, but it wasn't enough to get into that transfer position. It was time for the first 450 event of the weekend, where the number 162 of Stuart Edmonds would line up alongside the number 5 of Graham Irwin to form the Irish contingent in the 450 class. Matthew Bayliss would take the whole shot and take the early lead ahead of Charles Lefrancois. Bayliss would come under pressure from Lefrancois as the Suzuki mounted rider dived up the inside and squeezed Bayliss to the outside of the track to take the lead position. Lefrancois rode wisely to keep it tight on the inside and make sure he could clear that double line finish ahead of Bayliss. Lefrancois would hold his lead until the end to take the win ahead of the number 6 of Thomas Ramette. It was time for the second All-Ireland race of the night in the evening show, where we would see if James Mackrel could hold on to his performance from early in the day, taking the win ahead of Jordan Keogh. Jordan Keogh would have to jump on the rest of the pack, getting out into the whole shot in an early lead. He was followed down the rhythm section by the number 51 of Jay McCrum, with James Mackrel capitalising on the error of Paul Laverty at the outside to take 3rd position. As the leading riders of Jordan Keogh, Jay McCrum, James Mackrel and Dylan Stynes cleared the double finish, The following pack began to roll the obstacle. A considerable error in judgment from Tony Conlon would mean that he would land on the number 12 of James Doyle, causing him to break his wrist and the rear mudguard. With Doyle still down on the edge of the track getting treatment, there will be 4 disqualifications for the lead riders at the end of the race as they all clear the finish line double, missing the yellow flashing lights at the base of the takeoff. As the race wore on, Jay McCrum would come under pressure from James Mackrel as he managed to use his advantage again in the whoop section to make another pass. Mackrel would close in on Keogh and again through the whoop section use his superior speed to pull up alongside. Keogh, however, would make a small mistake stalling the bike, allowing Mackrel to breeze into the lead. Keogh would emerge behind number 51 of Jay McCrum in third position. However, using his skill in the rhythm lane, would push past the number 51 of McCrum, who started to look a little bit uncomfortable coming to the end of the race. Tony Conlon, maybe a little bit rattled from his incident earlier in the race, would lose control of his motorcycle on the landing of the double just in front of the leader James Mackrel. Mackrel doing his best to avoid him and continue on in the lead position. Mackrel would be the first to cross the line in the main event of the All-Ireland race in the evening. However, when all was said and done and considering the disqualifications, it would be Paul Atkinson who take the overall win in the All-Ireland class for Night 1.
Third place for the All-Irish Cup. Give it up for Jake Hall! Great racing fella, come on in here, take your third place trophy. Taking second place, give it up, Kevin Donnelly! Great job, one of my favourite clubs of the night for sure. And taking the All-Irish Cup in our first night of racing here in Belfast, Paul Atkinson! Come on up, brother! Our new champion! Amazing job. Let's get those trophies up. Give it up, Belfast! Trophies in the air, nice and high.
Alright, I'm catching up with our Night 1 winner from the ArenacrossUK here in Belfast. It's the number 268, Paul Atkinson. Paul, the race kind of came to you last night, but are you enjoying your event this weekend?
Yeah, like you say, it was more luck than anything else, but yeah, having a really good time. So yeah, it's definitely enjoyable.
And how do you find the track conditions out there? Is it hard to get used to doing these jumps coming from mainly motocross? I mean, we don't have any arena cross in Ireland to speak of.
No, it's a completely different ball game. You know, everything has to be sort of on time, or everything has to be right. You know, or you're end up in a mess. More or less.
We've seen one or two lads bite the dust this weekend, all right. But we're just finished up with I think it's our second practice session this morning on Night 2 here. They reversed the track. Is it much different than yesterday to get used to again?
Yeah, it's the same, although they've reversed it, but it's hard enough to get used to. It's different, you know, again, like it's completely different, you know.
Get your mind around it a bit.
Yeah, that's it.
Like how much power you need where and all that kind of thing.
That's it, yeah. The finish jump and stuff seems a wee bit different from yesterday, and just getting everything dialed in, really, like.
And what did you want from yourself for this weekend? Because I was talking to you off camera there and you said you did it last year as well, so what were your expectations coming into the weekend?
To go home in one piece, more or less. No, I didn't really have any expectations, only entered it last week, so I was looking sort of top 5, would be happy enough, you know, with that, but thankfully, by luck, it went a bit better.
Well, you've definitely outdone yourself anyway, bringing home the number 1 plate from Night 1 here at Belfast Arena Cross. Thanks very much for talking to me, Paul, and wish you best of luck this evening as well.
Thanks very much, cheers.
Alright, so we're catching up with our third place finisher in race 1 of the All-Ireland series here tonight, and it's number 95 of Dylan Stynes. Dylan, you're looking really comfortable out there on that Arena Cross track. How did that third position come to you in race 1?
I think it's all about the start, like really. If you get a good start, it's half the battle, because the Arena Cross, it's so tight, it's so aggressive, the racing and everything, so yeah, if you get a good start, it's half the battle, and then it's trying to just set yourself up for the rhythm sections, like if you're going double, triple, on, off, getting the finish line double, the whoops, everything, there's just so much involved in it.
Yeah, and you look really comfortable out there. Is this something that maybe comes to you naturally in Arena Cross? You seem to be enjoying yourself, look comfortable and fluid on the bike.
I don't know, like it's this is my first time ever on a Supercross track.
No way.
Like I've never even had any, like even trying to practice for this event, it was kind of more or less motocross track, trying to make a small track. Like I've never had any like tables over singles or massive finish line doubles or anything like that, so I don't know, it's just kind of I've always thought like I'd really want to do it.
Yeah.
But it's just, I just literally went out second lap, hit the finish line, got a few rhythms down, and then I've been kind of chopping and changing, being able to change it up. So just feeling really, really comfortable out there.
Jeez, I'm very surprised by that now, because when I was watching you go around there, I thought maybe this is your third or fourth time out on an arena cross track, but making it look very easy indeed. What's your expectations then for the weekend overall? We're only into night one here now, so another 3 races left to go, I think, before Saturday's finished. What would you like from yourself for the weekend?
I'd definitely like to be a bit closer to Jordan and James. I kind of let them get away from me at the start of that race. But yeah, no, if I can get another start like that, even tuck in behind them, I definitely like to get closer to them, because qualifying I think it was first in the first one, second in the second one, third in the third one, and all the times were really close. My fourth one wasn't the best, but still got third in that one. So yeah, if I can just ride like a road in some of the qualifyings, I'll be fine. I should be closer to the boys.
Brilliant. Alright, well, the best of luck with it all this weekend anyway, Dylan, and thanks for talking to me here this evening.
No problem, thanks very much.
We were into our second 250 heat of the night, where again it was Martin Barr and Jordan Keogh representing the Irish participants in the race. However, Brian Sue on that number 81 machine would again burst out into the lead. Barr and Keogh would round out the opening lap in 7th and 9th position. Unfortunately, Keogh and Barr wouldn't be able to improve on their positions before the end of the race, and the number 81 of Brian Sue would take the 250 overall win on the night. In the second 450 race of the night, we'd have the number 5 of Graham Irwin lined up on the very inside gate, with the number 162 of Stuart Edmonds on the very outside, offering the Irish hope to get into the super final for the night. At the end of the first lap, it would be teammates, the number 6 of Thomas Ramette, followed by the 122 of Dan Reardon, crossing the line in 1-2 positions, with Edmonds and Irwin crossing the line in 7th and 8th position, followed by Angelo Pellegrini. Edmonds, who was struggling with the whoops on night 1, would come under pressure from Graham Irwin, who would round out the inside in the second last turn to take that position from him. Edmonds pushed back at the first opportunity, diving up the inside of the number 5 machine to retake the position before the finish line double. Irwin quickly made a pass back in a real back and forth between the two riders to take that position from Edmonds over the 2 rollers at the bottom end of the arena. Edmonds then came under pressure from Pellegrini, taking Edmonds up the inside. Edmonds would then try to put the pressure back on Pellegrini at the end of the whoop section, but wasn't close enough to make the pass. And once again into the finish turn, but the same answer, same result. When the race came to an end, it was the number 6 of Thomas Ramette who would take the win in the 450 main 2 event. The head-to-head battles then ensued, with a last chance effort to try and get into the super final of the evening. It was an all-Irish contingent with the 313 of Jordan Keogh, who was stacked up against the number 5 of Graham Irwin. Keogh gave up too much time early in the lap and couldn't quite make it back up come the end of the race. In the end, Keogh was able to maintain the gap, but it wouldn't be enough to try and get past the number 5 machine. In a last chance effort to try and get into the super final, all 4 Irish riders would roll up to the line in the last chance qualifier. Graham Irwin would sit in beside Martin Barr on the inside of the gate, while Jordan Keogh and Stuart Edmonds were further to the outside. Graham Irwin was out to a roaring start at the very beginning, but unfortunately be short-lived as the ever-aggressive Arenacross regulars put the pressure on Irwin from the inside, who was collected by tough blocks and couldn't recover. The experienced Angelo Pellegrini dove up the inside of Decor and Brunel to take the lead position and clear the finish line double. At the end of the first lap, Jordan Keogh was sitting in a great position in 4th, but that wouldn't be enough to get into the super final. Edmonds would push up the inside of Keogh at the end of the rhythm section to take that 4th place from him. In the end, Pellegrini did what he had to do to take the win. It was time for the highlight and the culmination of the main events for night 1 in the super final, where the 250 and 450 winners would be all mixed together in a super final race. And I think it's probably best that I let the real commentators take it from here.
He's got the whole shot, he has got the whole shot as well. It's just about managing to keep it
Alright, so that's a wrap for night 1 here at the UK Arenacross 2020 from the SSE Arena here in Belfast. I hope you've enjoyed all our coverage and all the action that we had to show from throughout the night, and can't wait to see what tomorrow night brings as well, and we'll bring that video to you as soon as we can. If you've been liking what we do here on B4MX, then please show us some support by liking and sharing our posts on Facebook, giving us a subscribe and a like on YouTube, and placing an ad on the website B4MX.com. But we'll see you again real soon for night 2 of the Arenacross here in Belfast.